The lights freeze. The crowd holds its breath. Somewhere between the final heartbeat and the last echo of applause, you realize you've been gripping your seat without knowing it. If you've ever doubted that one voice could stop time, stay with me until the end of this story, and before you do, tap like and subscribe, because moments like this deserve to be remembered, shared, and felt together. It began at the end, with the judges standing, the audience roaring, and a young man alone at center stage, eyes wet, hands shaking, the echo of a song still hanging in the air like a miracle that refused to fade. His name had just been called. Not as a winner yet, no, something bigger. A moment. The kind that tells you a life has just changed. The kind you tell your children about someday. The Filipino Elvis had just stunned America's Got Talent, and no one, least of all him, could believe their ears. Hours earlier, he waited backstage, fingers tracing the worn edge of a borrowed guitar strap, whispering a prayer his mother taught him when the power went out back home and they sang to keep the dark away. He was raised on stories and songs in a small town where money was tight but music was free. His father loved Elvis, loved him with the fierce loyalty of a man who found hope in vinyl records after long days of labor. As a boy, he learned the hips and the sneer, the tremble and the tenderness, but more than that, he learned how a voice could carry a family through lean seasons. When his father passed, the records stayed. The dream stayed. The fear stayed too. The challenge wasn't just the stage. It was the doubt that followed him across oceans. He worked night shifts, sent money home, sang in cramped rooms where applause was a handful of claps and a smile if you were lucky. People told him he sounded too much like someone else, that the world didn't need another Elvis, that dreams didn't pay rent. He listened, nodded, and sang anyway. Because when he closed his eyes, he didn't hear critics, he heard his father's laugh, his mother's harmonies, the promise that courage sounds like trying one more time. America's Got Talent was a risk he almost didn't take. The line was long, the lights unforgiving, the judges famously honest. He stepped onto the stage with a quiet bow, accent thick with home, humility stitched into every word. When asked who he was, he said he was a son, a worker, a singer who carried a legend in his heart. Some smiled politely. Some raised eyebrows. And then the music started. The first note didn't shout. It breathed. It wasn't an imitation, it was a conversation across time. The crowd leaned in. The judges exchanged looks. He didn't copy Elvis, he honored him, weaving his own story into the melody, letting grief and gratitude color each phrase. When he reached the chorus, something cracked open. A woman in the audience wiped tears. A man laughed in disbelief. The song grew wings, and with them, he flew. But the real test came after the applause. Online comments split like a storm. Some praised the soul. Others questioned originality. The pressure mounted. In rehearsals, his voice faltered under the weight of expectation. He called his mother, confessed his fear of becoming a footnote instead of a future. She reminded him that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's singing with it. He adjusted the arrangement, added a Filipino lullaby his father loved, trusted that honesty would carry him through. On the night that changed everything, the theater felt electric. He walked out steadier this time, grounded. When he sang, it was bigger and braver, a bridge between cultures, a love letter to the past that pointed forward. The judges stood. The crowd erupted. And in that suspended moment at the end, the one you felt at the beginning, he understood that the dream wasn't about being Elvis. It was about being heard. When the confetti fell and the cameras cut, he knelt and cried, not for fame, but for the boy who practiced in the dark, the father who believed, the family who waited. His challenge found its resolution not in a trophy, but in permission to be himself, to honor roots without apology, to let music tell the truth. If this story moved you, if you felt that pause where hope lives, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone who needs a reminder that dreams travel far and voices can carry home with them. Because somewhere right now, another singer is waiting in the wings, wondering if the world will listen. And thanks to a Filipino Elvis who stunned AGT, we know the answer can be yes.